When you are in a relationship but something seems off, it is important to trust your intuition. Your partner may be very reserved when you ask about her past or mention other men's names. This can be a red flag, indicating that she may be hiding something from you. If you really want to build an open and trusting relationship, you have to be careful not to fall into the trap. In this video, we take a look at 10 key signs that can help you figure out if your partner has had a rich sexual history in the past. It's not a matter of judgment, but rather about finding a partner who is genuine with you and ready for a long-term, serious relationship. Watch these signs carefully, and you will be able to make a more informed decision about whether you should continue a relationship with this woman or whether it is better to end it as soon as possible. Sincerity and openness are key elements to building a healthy and satisfying relationship. Sign number 1. She's avoiding emotional intimacy. Men, despite their strength and confidence, can sometimes feel emotionally vulnerable. At times like these, they especially need support and understanding from their partners. Spiritual and emotional connection is essential for a strong and healthy relationship. It is this closeness that helps couples overcome difficulties and difficult situations together. However, what should you do if your partner does not respond to your need for emotional intimacy? It is not uncommon for women who have experienced multiple sexual relationships to consciously or unconsciously avoid truly deep emotional intimacy. They are more comfortable maintaining relationships on a more superficial level, avoiding serious conversations about feelings and experiences. So how do you know if your partner is really avoiding emotional intimacy? You can try to have a deeper conversation with her, but if she is quick to change the subject or avoid discussing her emotions, this can be a red flag. In this situation, you may have to accept that your efforts are in vain and stop. But it's also worth considering that her reticence may be the result of previous emotional wounds. Perhaps she just needs more time to open up and trust you. Then you need to be a little bit patient and attentive. Only in this way you will be able to understand whether your partner is ready to build a really deep and trusting relationship in which there will be a place, not only for physical, but also for spiritual intimacy. Sign number 2. She feels very comfortable with physical intimacy. Perhaps when you first got intimate with her, something seemed strange to you. Unlike the exciting and awe-inspiring first time you had imagined, what was happening was more likely to cause you some anxiety. She felt surprisingly comfortable and even bold in intimacy, as if it was something she was used to. This might have alerted you. Did she have a lot of experience in the past that she didn't tell you about? Of course, you don't want to judge her for that. Perhaps she's just a more liberated and confident woman. Still, that first moment can make you wonder, are you really ready for a serious relationship with her? Do you have a common understanding of what you want from this relationship? Perhaps you should observe her behavior more closely to see if she is ready for something more than just physical intimacy. Sign number 3. She often changes plans at the last minute. Suddenly cancelling plans can be very frustrating, especially when it happens all the time. This behavior can be a sign of a more serious problem in the relationship. At first glance, it seems that the reasons for the cancellations are rather vague. Then an urgent meeting, then the arrival of a friend. However, if this happens repeatedly, you need to think about what is really going on. Perhaps your companion really has a very busy schedule or personal matters that require her attention. But if she is not ready to openly discuss these problems with you, it could be a signal that there is some understatement or misunderstanding in the relationship. It's important to remember that we are all human and our lives can change unpredictably. But if such withdrawals become a habit, you feel excluded or unimportant, you should try to have a frank conversation about it. Open and honest communication is the key to resolving these situations. Instead of blaming or demanding explanations right away, it's better to approach the conversation calmly and try to understand what exactly is going on. Maybe it's just a temporary difficulty she's dealing with, or maybe there are deeper issues in your relationship that need to be addressed together. Either way, it's important to respect each other's boundaries and needs, find compromises, and work together to build trust and intimacy in the relationship. Only in this way can you overcome these difficulties and reach a new, deeper level of mutual understanding. Sign number 4. She speaks vaguely or tells inconsistent stories. Multiple sexual encounters in a woman's past can be a troubling sign when building a new relationship. If, even after many months of time together, you still can't say with certainty that she has sincerely shared her previous love life with you, this should be alarming. Inconsistencies in the stories she tells you could be a red flag. For example, she may mention the names of several ex-partners when talking about past relationships and then claim she never had a serious relationship, or describe shared hobbies and interests with a previous boyfriend that don't match her current hobbies. Such inconsistencies create a sense of distrust and suspicion. It's important to remember that not all people are comfortable opening up about their past, and they may prefer to focus only on the present relationship with you. However, if the uncertainty in her stories is causing you inner turmoil, you should gently discuss the topic and ask her to clarify her past. If she is truly interested in a serious relationship, her response will be more sincere and open than just words. Warmth, clarity, and willingness to answer all your questions is a good sign. But if she continues to give contradictory explanations, it may indicate the need to break up to avoid being deceived. Remember that making decisions in a relationship requires patience and open communication. If her story becomes increasingly vague over time, or conversely, she begins to clearly share her past, then trust is established. Pay close attention to this. This can be an important indicator for understanding her true intentions. Sign number 5. She's very secretive with her phone. A smartphone is one of the most intimate and personal possessions of a person in today's world. When your partner starts treating her phone as a treasure that keeps all her secrets, it inevitably raises questions and suspicions. Imagine the situation. You are next to your loved one, and she suddenly changes the screen when you approach, or answers the phone while retreating to another room. This behavior may seem very strange and alarming. What is she hiding? Perhaps she is still in touch with her exes, or just doesn't want you to see her texting history and pictures from the past. When you try to bring it up and ask to see her phone, your partner's reaction can be quite dramatic. She may perceive your interest as a lack of trust and start accusing you of being controlling and jealous. In this situation, you will find yourself in a difficult position, like there is cause for concern, but directly ask and talk about it somehow awkward. Perhaps behind this behavior is a really harmless reason. Perhaps your partner is just very jealously guarding her personal space, and this is a topic she does not want to discuss. Or she just needs time to be alone with herself. This desire for privacy is normal and natural. But if the relationship is mature and trusting enough, over time, it should be possible to openly discuss phone and privacy issues. Give it time and watch for changes. Perhaps the situation will resolve itself. However, if avoiding the topic of the phone becomes systemic and causes you more and more doubts, it may be time to reconsider your relationship. Trust is the foundation of any healthy relationship, and if it's in question, you should think about the future prospects. Sign number 6. She often compares you to previous partners. A woman entering a new relationship may be inclined to compare her current partner with previous ones. This is quite common and should be treated with understanding. When a person has experience of past relationships, they will inevitably make comparisons. This can be both a conscious process and an unconscious one. A woman may, for example, point out that your cooked dish is better than her ex's, or say that the one liked to engage in certain activities that she and you never discussed. Such comparisons can hurt your ego and make you feel insecure. However, it is worth remembering that this is not your fault. A woman who has experience with multiple partners will naturally compare them to each other. At the same time, it's important to let a woman know that this behavior is unacceptable. If she regularly compares you to other men, it is worth having a serious discussion about the problem and, if necessary, consider ending the relationship. You need to let her know that you are not just another guy, but a valuable and special person. Understanding and patience in this situation can help you build a healthy, trusting relationship. But it's important to set clear boundaries and demand that you treat yourself with respect. Only with this balance will you be able to form a strong union in which comparisons will be inappropriate. Sign number 7. Physical attractiveness is very important to her. When a person pays excessive attention to their physical appearance and constantly compares themselves to others, it can be a sign of deeper problems in a relationship. Your partner may be confident in herself, but may feel the need to constantly keep up the brand and validate her attractiveness. This may be due to her past experiences with other men who emphasized appearance. Now she has, without realizing it herself, transferred these attitudes into your relationship. On the other hand, her focus on appearance may be a way of compensating for feelings of inner insecurity or insecurity. By improving her appearance, she is trying to assert her own value in your eyes. But in doing so, she forgets that true intimacy in a relationship is built on more than just physical attractiveness. You should have a frank conversation with her on this topic. Explain that it's not only her outer qualities that matter to you, but also her inner world, her personality, and the way she treats you. Perhaps she needs your support to feel valued and loved, regardless of how she looks. It's important to find a balance where your partner can care for herself without obsessive, compulsive obsession, and you accept and appreciate her for who she is. Only then can your relationship become truly deep and harmonious. If the situation doesn't change despite your best efforts to talk, you may want to consider whether the relationship is worth continuing. Your emotional well-being matters too. But first, give this dialogue a chance. Sign number 8. She doesn't want you to meet her friends. Friends are an integral part of every person's life. They form our social circle, support us in difficult moments, and share joyful events with us. When we meet a new person, getting to know their friends becomes an important step in building a close relationship. If your partner is reluctant to do this, it can raise serious doubts. Perhaps she is trying to hide something important from you. Maybe she's afraid that her friends will reveal her past or talk about her past relationships. Or she just doesn't think you are worthy enough to introduce this part of her life. Either way, it's a red flag. Your partner should trust you enough to allow you to meet her friends and become part of this circle. If she doesn't, then your relationship may not be on solid ground. Of course, it's worth trying to find out the reasons for this behavior. Perhaps your partner is just shy or worried that you won't get along with her friends. Talk to her frankly. Express your feelings and try to understand what the problem is. If you can't find common ground and overcome these difficulties, you may have to think about further developing the relationship. Trust and openness are the foundation of any healthy relationship. Without it, it is difficult to build a strong union. Sign number 9. She shows a lack of interest in discussing intimate health. Discussing health in a relationship can be a challenging but extremely important topic. Despite the potential awkwardness, open dialogue about needs, boundaries, and practices is a fundamental aspect of an intimate relationship. Such a conversation allows us to protect ourselves from the risks associated with unprotected intercourse and infections, as well as create space for mutual fulfillment and comfort. If one partner avoids this discussion, it may be a signal that there are underlying issues related to past experiences or partners. It is important to show understanding and patience in such situations. Only in an atmosphere of trust and openness can partners build a healthy and harmonious sexual relationship. Discussing intimate health is key to a couple's mutual satisfaction, safety, and long-term stability. Avoidance of this topic may be due to concerns about past experiences or contraception. A woman may fear judgment or not want to disclose personal information. Nevertheless, it is important to insist on this conversation, explaining its importance to both of them. If the partner reacts defensively and uncertainly, this may indicate more serious problems. In this case, you may have to make a difficult decision about continuing the relationship. However, if she begins to answer questions, this can be a good sign that a dialogue is still possible. The key to a successful and safe relationship is being open, understanding, and caring about each other's health. While this conversation may not be easy, it is essential to building a strong foundation for the relationship. Sign number 10. Her priorities change and exclude you. When we enter into a close relationship with a partner, that person becomes one of the most important people in our lives. Our partner takes priority, and we start to trust him, her completely, expecting them to share our thoughts, feelings, and future plans with us. However, sometimes it happens that our partner does not live up to our expectations. She may make you feel excluded or sideline you by prioritizing other people and hobbies. This can cause you to feel resentful, distrustful, and even jealous. It is important to understand that the reasons for this behavior are not always obvious. Perhaps your partner has her own personal problems or difficult relationships with other people that divert her attention. Or she just doesn't know how to prioritize things properly, and you should help her do that. Either way, you should give the relationship some time to get to know your partner better and see if you are ready to accept her with all her peculiarities. If you see that she is genuinely interested in you and is willing to work on strengthening the bond, it may be worth giving it a chance. But if you feel that your needs are being ignored and your desires are constantly put on the back burner, it may be time to consider whether this person is really the right partner for you. You need to remember that you deserve a relationship based on mutual respect, trust, and responsibility. Relationships are an intricate dance where every step and turn can say a lot about our partner. Sometimes our inner voice tells us that something is wrong, causing us to take a closer look at our chosen one's behavior and past. This guide is designed to clear up the warning signs that may indicate that your partner has had multiple sexual liaisons in the past. By helping you sort through your doubts and make informed decisions, these markers provide a comprehensive understanding of her behavior and potential impact on the relationship. To begin with, being overly physically relaxed from the very beginning of dating can speak to previous rich experiences. It's also worth paying attention if she avoids emotional intimacy or her stories about the past are vague and contradictory. She may be hiding important milestones in her life. A constant change of plans can also be a wake-up call, especially if her explanations are vague, hinting that you're not a priority. If she often compares you to former partners, it could shake your self-esteem and indicate that she's still attached to past relationships. Pay attention to her attitude towards her phone as well. If she hides the device or avoids using it in your presence, she may be hiding something. Excessive preoccupation with appearance, both hers and yours, may be a manifestation of superficial perceptions shaped by past experiences. Another warning sign may be her reluctance to discuss sexual health issues. She may be hiding infections or details of her intimate history. Don't ignore the fact that she avoids introducing you to her environment either. There may be aspects of her past that she doesn't want to reveal. Finally, if her priorities are changing and you feel like you're being pushed out, it could mean that others are still holding her attention. All of these signs are worth weighing carefully without rushing to judgment, because relationships are a complicated tangle that require open and honest communication. If many of these signs are present, it's important to have a frank conversation to better understand her past and intentions. Most importantly, don't settle for less than you deserve. Look for a partner who is ready for a serious relationship and values your feelings. Remember, you are a person of great value and worthy of someone who will truly respect you. Thank you for staying with us until the end. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss new inspirational videos. Give us a like and leave a comment. Your feedback is very valuable and helps us to make our content even more useful. And remember, confidence and harmony in relationships are important and valuable qualities. They help us to feel calm and comfortable, to give and receive love and support. When we are confident in our choices and build relationships based on open communication and mutual respect, it allows us to achieve harmony and find true happiness.